Question 1. What does this road sign indicate? A. Stop and give way. B. Give way at the intersection. C. No entry for vehicles. D. Proceed with caution. Answers is A. Stop and give way. This stop sign means you must stop completely before the stop line or intersection, and give way to all other vehicles and pedestrians before proceeding. Question 2. When are you permitted to cross the center line of a road with broken yellow lines? A. To pass a vehicle or turn right. B. Only when making a left turn. C. Only during daylight hours. D. Never. Answers is A. To pass a vehicle or turn right. Broken yellow lines indicate you can cross to pass another vehicle or to turn right, provided it is safe to do so, and you do not impede oncoming traffic. Question 3. What does this road sign warn drivers about? A. Dangerous curve to the right. B. Road ends ahead. C. One-way traffic to the right. D. Sharp turn to the left. Answers is A. Dangerous curve to the right. This warning sign indicates a dangerous curve to the right ahead. Drivers should slow down and be prepared to steer through the curve safely. Question 4. What is the primary purpose of parallel white lines painted on the road? A. Pedestrian crossing. B. Parking zone. C. Bus stop. D. Cycle lane. Answers is A. Pedestrian crossing. Parallel white lines on the road mark a pedestrian crossing. Drivers must slow down and be prepared to stop for pedestrians crossing or wading to cross. Question 5. What does this sign instruct you to do? A. Proceed around a roundabout. B. Turn left at the next junction. C. U-turn permitted. D. One-way street. Answers is A. Proceed around a roundabout. This mandatory sign indicates a roundabout circular intersection ahead. Drivers must follow the correct procedures for entering and exiting roundabouts. Question 6. When approaching a railway level crossing without barriers or signals, what should you do? A. Stop, look and listen for trains. B. Speed up to cross quickly. C. Sound your horn continuously. D. Only look left for trains. Answers is A. Stop, look and listen for trains. At an uncontrolled railway crossing, you must stop, look carefully in both directions for trains, and listen for any approaching trains before proceeding safely. Question 7. What does this road sign mean? A. No overtaking. B. Overtaking zone. C. Road narrows ahead. D. End of speed limit. Answers is A. No overtaking. This prohibitory sign means no overtaking. You must not overtake other vehicles in the area where this sign is displayed, for safety reasons. Question 8. Which vehicle has priority when approaching an uncontrolled intersection? A. The vehicle turning right must give way. B. The vehicle turning left has priority. C. The largest vehicle has priority. D. The fastest vehicle has priority. Answers is A. The vehicle turning right must give way. At an uncontrolled intersection, all vehicles turning right must give way to all vehicles coming from the opposite direction that are going straight or turning left. Question 9. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. B. No pedestrians allowed. C. Footpath only. D. Children at play. Answers is A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This warning sign indicates a pedestrian crossing ahead. Drivers should be prepared to slow down and stop for pedestrians. Question 10. What is the safe following distance in good conditions? A gap, B a gap, C a gap, D half a second gap. Answers is A gap. The rule is a widely recommended guide for maintaining a safe following distance in good driving conditions, allowing sufficient time to react and stop. Question 11. What does this road sign signify? A. Give way to other traffic. B. Stop and wait for green light. C. Proceed without stopping. D. No right turn. Answers is A. Give way to other traffic. This give way sign means you must give way to all other vehicles and pedestrians before proceeding, stopping if necessary to do so safely. Question 12. When reversing a vehicle, what must you do? A. Check carefully behind and around. B. Only check your mirrors. C. Sound your horn repeatedly. D. Reverse at speed. Answers is A. Check carefully behind and around. Before and while reversing, you must check carefully behind and around your vehicle for any hazards, including pedestrians and other vehicles. Question 13. What does this warning sign indicate? A. Road narrows on both sides. B. Road widens ahead. C. Lane ends. D. Parking lane. Answers is A. Road narrows on both sides. This sign warns that the road ahead narrows on both sides. Drivers should prepare to adjust their position and be aware of oncoming traffic. Question 14. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down on a motorway? A. Move to the left shoulder and use hazard lights. B. Stop in a live lane and call for help. C. Attempt to fix it in the lane. D. Walk to the nearest exit for help. Answers is A. Move to the left shoulder and use hazard lights. If your vehicle breaks down on a motorway, safely move it to the left shoulder or emergency lane, turn on your hazard lights, and contact roadside assistance. Question 15. What does this mandatory sign mean? A. Proceed straight only. B. Turn right ahead. C. No entry. D. U-turn permitted. Answers is A. Proceed straight only. This sign indicates that you must proceed straight ahead only. You are not permitted to turn left or right or make a U-turn at this point. Question 16. When must you use your vehicle's headlights? A. From sunset to sunrise or in poor visibility. B. Only at night on rural roads. C. When parking on the roadside. D. Only during heavy rain. Answers is A. From sunset to sunrise or in poor visibility. Must be used from sunset to sunrise, and at any other time when visibility is poor, such as in fog, heavy rain or mist, to ensure you can see and be seen. Question 17. What does this sign prohibit? A. No U-turn. B. No left turn. C. Roundabout ahead. D. One-way street. Answers is A. No U-turn. This prohibitory sign indicates no. Drivers are not permitted to make a U-turn where this sign is present. Question 18. Who has priority at a pedestrian crossing? A. Pedestrians always have priority. B. Vehicles always have priority. C. Cyclists have priority. D. The fastest person crossing. Answers is A. Pedestrians always have priority. At a pedestrian crossing, pedestrians have priority. Drivers must slow down and be prepared to stop for pedestrians crossing or waiting to cross. Question 19. What does this road sign indicate? A. Children crossing or playing. B. School bus stop. C. Pedestrian crossing. D. Playground ahead. Answers is A. Children crossing or playing. This warning sign indicates that children may be crossing or playing in the area ahead, often found near schools or parks. Drive with extreme caution. Question 20. When approaching a school bus that has stopped with flashing lights, what must you do? A. Stop until the lights stop flashing. B. Slow down and pass carefully. C. Sound your horn. D. Overtake if safe. Answers is A. Stop until the lights stop flashing. If a school bus has stopped, and its stop sign is extended lights are flashing, you must stop your vehicle until the lights stop flashing or the sign is retracted. Question 21. What does this road sign mean? A. No parking. B. No stopping. C. Parking for limited time. D. Loading zone. Answers is A. No parking. This prohibitory sign indicates no parking. You are not allowed to park your vehicle in the area where this sign is displayed. Question 22. What is the correct procedure for indicating a turn? A. Signal for at least 3 seconds before turning. B. Signal only as you begin to turn. C. Only signal if there are other cars. D. Sound horn instead of signaling. Answers is A. Signal for at least 3 seconds before turning. You must signal for at least 3 seconds before turning or changing lanes to give other road users sufficient warning of your intentions. Question 23. What does this sign warn about? A. Uneven road surface ahead. B. Road hump. C. Steep descent. D. Answers is A. Uneven road surface ahead. This warning sign indicates an uneven road surface ahead. Drivers should slow down and be prepared for bumps or dips in the road. Question 24. When must you give way to oncoming traffic? A. When turning right at an intersection. B. When turning left at an intersection. C. When going straight at an intersection. D. When entering a motorway. Answers is A. When turning right at an intersection. In New Zealand, when turning right at an intersection, you must give way to all vehicles coming from the opposite direction that are going straight or turning left. Question 25. What does this sign instruct drivers to do? A. Turn right only. B. Turn left only. C. Proceed straight. D. No right turn. Answers is A. Turn right only. This mandatory sign indicates that drivers must turn right at the intersection or junction ahead. No other movements are permitted. Question 26. What is the purpose of chevron markings on the road? A. To indicate an area you should not drive on. B. To mark a passing lane. C. To mark pedestrian zones. D. To indicate a school zone. Answers is A. To indicate an area you should not drive on. Chevron markings are used to delineate areas on the road that drivers should not enter, such as painted islands, merging areas, or to separate traffic flows. Question 27. What does this road sign signify? A. Maximum speed limit of 50. B. Minimum speed limit of 50. C. Recommended speed of 50. D. End of speed limit. Answers is A. Maximum speed limit of 50. This prohibitory sign indicates a maximum speed limit. You must not exceed 50 km per hour in the area where this sign is posted. Question 28. What should you do if you encounter a slow-moving vehicle on a rural road? A. Wait for a safe opportunity to pass. B. Overtake immediately. C. Flash your headlights repeatedly. D. Drive very close behind it. Answers is A. Wait for a safe opportunity to pass. Remain patient and wait for a clear, safe, and legal opportunity to overtake. Do not tailgate or pressure the driver ahead. Question 29. What does this warning sign indicate? A. Steep ascent ahead. B. Steep descent ahead. C. Uneven road. D. Hump in the road. Answers is A. Steep ascent ahead. This warning sign indicates a steep ascent uphill slope ahead. Drivers should be prepared for potential loss of speed and adjust their gears accordingly. Question 30. When is it unsafe to use your mobile phone while driving? A. Anytime unless using a hands-free system. B. When stopped at traffic lights. C. Only when driving on a motorway. D. Only when making calls. Answers is A. Anytime unless using a hands-free system. It is illegal to use a mobile phone while driving. Even hands-free systems can be distracting. Focus fully on the road. Question 31. What does this road sign mean? A. No entry. B. No stopping. C. Road closed. D. One-way traffic. Answers is A. No entry. This prohibitory sign means no entry. You must not drive beyond this sign. It usually indicates one-way traffic in the opposite direction. Question 32. What is the recommended speed when driving in heavy fog? A. Slow down to a safe speed. B. Maintain normal speed. C. Increase speed to get through quickly. D. Turn on high beams. Answers is A. Slow down to a safe speed. In heavy fog, you must reduce your speed significantly. Use your low-beam headlights and fog lights if available, and increase your following distance. Question 33. What does this sign mean for drivers? A. One-way road. B. Two-way traffic. C. No entry. D. Dead end. Answers is A. One-way road. This information sign indicates a one-way road. All traffic on this road flows in the same direction, typically from where you enter the road. Question 34. What should you do if you accidentally take a wrong turn onto a one-way street going the wrong way? A. Stop, turn on hazard lights and reverse safely. B. Continue driving slowly to the end of the street. C. Make a quick U-turn. D. Flash your headlights at oncoming traffic. Answers is A. Stop, turn on hazard lights and reverse safely. If you mistakenly enter a one-way street against the flow of traffic, stop immediately, turn on your hazard lights, and carefully reverse to the nearest safe point to turn around. Question 35. What does this sign prohibit? A. No right turn. B. No left turn. C. No U-turn. D. One-way street. Answers is A. No right turn. This prohibitory sign means no right turn. You are not permitted to turn right at the intersection or junction where this sign is displayed. Question 36. What is the correct way to merge onto a motorway? A. Match speed with traffic and find a gap. B. Stop at the end of the ramp and wait. C. Force your way into a gap. D. Merge slowly at a low speed. Answers is A. Match speed with traffic and find a gap. When merging onto a motorway, use the acceleration lane to match the speed of the traffic already on the motorway and find a safe gap to merge into. Question 37. What does this sign warn you about? A. Slippery road ahead. B. Loose gravel. C. Uneven road. D. Road works. Answers is A. Slippery road ahead. This warning sign indicates that the road ahead may be slippery, especially in wet conditions. Reduce your speed and drive with extra caution. Question 38. When should you switch off your high beam headlights? A. When other vehicles are approaching or ahead. B. Never always use high beam at night. C. Only when police are present. D. When driving in dense fog. Answers is A. When other vehicles are approaching or ahead. You must dip your headlights to low beam when another vehicle is approaching, or when you are following another vehicle to avoid dazzling other drivers. Question 39. What does this mandatory sign indicate? A. Turn left only. B. Turn right only. C. Proceed straight. D. No left turn. Answers is A. Turn left only. This mandatory sign indicates that drivers must turn left at the intersection or junction ahead. No other movements are permitted. Question 40. What should you do if you are dazzled by the headlights of an oncoming vehicle? A. Slow down and look to the left side of road. B. Flash your high beams back. C. Speed up to pass quickly. D. Close your eyes briefly. Answers is A. Slow down and look to the left side of road. If dazzled, slow down, look slightly to the left edge of your lane to maintain your position, and avoid looking directly into the oncoming headlights. Question 41. What does this sign mean for heavy vehicles? A. No entry for goods vehicles. B. Heavy vehicle parking. C. Only for goods vehicles. D. Road for heavy vehicles. Answers is A. No entry for goods vehicles. This prohibitory sign indicates no entry for goods vehicles. Vehicles carrying goods are not permitted to enter the road or area beyond this sign. Question 42. What is the primary danger when driving close to large vehicles? A. They have large blind spots. B. They drive too slowly. C. Their tires are noisy. D. They block the sun. Answers is A. They have large blind spots. Large vehicles have significant blind spots on all sides where a car cannot be seen. Avoid driving in these areas to remain visible and safe. Question 43. What does this sign warn about? A. Road works ahead. B. Uneven road. C. Traffic congestion. D. Slippery road. Answers is A. Road works ahead. This warning sign indicates road works ahead. Drivers should slow down, follow instructions, and be alert for workers, machinery, and changed road conditions. Question 44. What should you do if you miss your exit on a motorway? A. Proceed to the next exit. B. Stop and reverse to the exit. C. Make a U-turn on the motorway. D. Signal and cross multiple lanes quickly. Answers is A. Proceed to the next exit. It is extremely dangerous to stop or reverse on a motorway. If you miss your exit, continue to the next available exit and then find an alternative route. Question 45. What does this sign mean? A. Lane directions ahead. B. Road narrows. C. Overtaking lane. D. Speed limits for lanes. Answers is A, lane directions ahead. This information sign indicates the direction of movement for vehicles in different lanes ahead, helping drivers choose the correct lane for their intended route. Question 46. When are you allowed to park on yellow lines? A, never. B, after 6 p.m. C, only for 5 minutes. D, when loading goods. Answers is A, never. Yellow lines mean no parking, stopping or standing at any time, unless specific exemptions e.g. bus stops for buses are clearly by signs. Question 47. What does this prohibitory sign indicate? A, no stopping. B, no parking. C, give way. D, bus stop. Answers is A, no stopping. This sign means no stopping. You are not permitted to stop your vehicle in this area for any reason, even briefly, unless traffic conditions require it. Question 48. What is the safest way to deal with road rage from another driver? A, avoid eye contact and give them space. B, retaliate with aggressive driving. C, honk your horn at them. D, stop and confront them. Answers is A, avoid eye contact and give them space. The safest approach is to avoid engaging with aggressive drivers. Give them space, avoid eye contact, and do not escalate the situation. If necessary, pull over safely. Question 49. What does this sign mean? A, steep descent ahead. B, steep ascent ahead. C, slippery road. D, tunnel ahead. Answers is A, steep descent ahead. This warning sign indicates a steep descent downhill slope ahead. Drivers should select A, lower gear to control speed and use engine braking. Question 50. What is the general rule for driving past a school bus that is dropping off children but without flashing lights or stop signs? A, proceed with extreme caution and speed. B, overtake immediately. C, ignore the bus. D, sound your horn repeatedly. Answers is A, proceed with extreme caution and speed. Even if no flashing lights or stop signs are present, always exercise extreme caution and reduce your speed when passing a school bus, as children may dart out unexpectedly. Question 51. What does this sign prohibit? A, no left turn. B, no right turn. C, no U-turn. D, proceed straight. Answers is A, no left turn. This prohibitory sign means no left turn. You are not permitted to turn left at the intersection or junction where this sign is displayed. Question 52. What should you do if you see an animal on the road ahead? A, slow down and be prepared to stop. B, swerve quickly to avoid it. C, speed up to scare it away. D, honk your horn continuously. Answers is A, slow down and be prepared to stop. If you see an animal on the road, slow down immediately, be prepared to stop, and avoid sudden swerving, which could cause you to lose control or collide with other vehicles. Question 53. What does this sign indicate? A, loose gravel or stones. B, slippery road. C, roadworks. D, uneven road. Answers is A, loose gravel or stones. This warning sign indicates loose gravel or stones on the road. Drive carefully, reduce speed, and be aware of traction and potential for flying stones. Question 54. When is it legal to perform a U-turn? A, where it is safe and not prohibited by a sign. B, only at intersections. C, never. D, only on motorways. Answers is A, where it is safe and not prohibited by a sign. You can perform a U-turn only when it is safe to do so, there is sufficient visibility, and it is not prohibited by a road sign or road markings. Question 55. What does this sign tell you about the road ahead? A. Change of road surface. B. Slippery road. C. Uneven road. D. Road works. Answers is A. Change of road surface. This warning sign indicates a change of road surface ahead. This could mean a change from sealed to unsealed, or a different type of pavement, potentially affecting grip. Question 56. What should you do before opening your car door after parking? A. Check for cyclists and other traffic. B. Open it quickly. C. Honk your horn. D. Only check the driver's side. Answers is A. Check for cyclists and other traffic. Always perform a Dutch reach or similar careful check by looking over your shoulder for cyclists, pedestrians, or other vehicles before opening your car door. Question 57. What does this sign indicate about the junction ahead? A. Junction with a minor road ahead. B. Major road ahead. C. Roundabout. D. Answers is A. Junction with a minor road ahead. This warning sign indicates a junction with a minor road ahead. Be prepared for traffic merging or turning from the intersecting road. Question 58. What must you do if you are involved in a crash? A. Stop, check for and exchange details. B. Drive away if no one is hurt. C. Wait for police to find you. D. Only report if there is major damage. Answers is A. Stop, check for and exchange details. By law you must stop, check if anyone is injured, provide help if possible, and exchange contact and vehicle details with other parties involved. Question 59. What does this sign mean? A. Pass obstacle on the right. B. Pass obstacle on the left. C. Road closed. D. Lane ends. Answers is A. Pass obstacle on the right. This mandatory sign indicates that you must pass the obstacle ahead on the right side. This is often used for traffic islands or road works. Question 60. What is the general rule when parking on a hill facing uphill with a curb? A. Turn wheels away from the curb. B. Turn wheels towards the curb. C. Keep wheels straight. D. Do not use the handbrake. Answers is A. Turn wheels away from the curb. When parking uphill with a curb, turn your front wheels away from the curb to the left so that if the vehicle rolls, it will roll into the curb and stop. Question 61. What does this sign indicate about the upcoming road? A. Embankment or quayside ahead. B. Steep descent. C. Bridge ahead. D. Tunnel ahead. Answers is A. Embankment or quayside ahead. This warning sign indicates an embankment or quayside ahead, meaning the road runs alongside a drop-off or body of water. Drive with extra caution. Question 62. What should you do if a police car or emergency vehicle approaches with flashing lights and sirens? A. Pull over safely to the left and stop. B. Speed up to get out of its way. C. Maintain your speed and lane. D. Follow it closely. Answers is A. Pull over safely to the left and stop. You must pull over to the left side of the road as soon as it is safe to do so, and stop to allow the emergency vehicle to pass without obstruction. Question 63. What does this sign indicate? A. Priority road. B. End of priority road. C. Give way. D. Main road ahead. Answers is A, priority road. This priority sign indicates that you are on a priority road. You have the right of way over traffic entering from side roads unless otherwise. Question 64. When are you permitted to overtake on the left? A, if the vehicle ahead is turning right. B, when driving on a motorway. C, always if safe. D, never. Answers is A, if the vehicle ahead is turning right. You may overtake on the left only if the vehicle ahead is signaling a right turn, and there is enough clear space for you to pass safely. Question 65. What does this sign warn you about? A, hump or speed bump ahead. B, C, steep ascent. D, uneven road. Answers is A, hump or speed bump ahead. This warning sign indicates a hump or speed bump ahead. Slow down to avoid damaging your vehicle or losing control. Question 66. What should you do if your vehicle starts to aquaplane? A, ease off the accelerator and steer straight. B, brake hard and steer sharply. C, accelerate to gain traction. D, turn off the engine. Answers is A, ease off the accelerator and steer straight. If your vehicle aquaplanes, ease off the accelerator gently, keep your steering wheel straight, and avoid sudden braking or steering until you regain traction. Question 67. What does this sign mean for cyclists? A, cycle track mandatory for cyclists. B, no cycling allowed. C, road shared with cyclists. D, cycle parking. Answers is A, cycle track mandatory for cyclists. This mandatory sign indicates a dedicated cycle track. Cyclists must use this track where provided, and drivers should be aware of cyclists. Question 68. What is the primary rule for driving in a shared space zone? A, be prepared for unexpected movements by others. B, vehicles have priority over pedestrians. C, drive at the normal speed limit. D, use your horn frequently. Answers is A, be prepared for unexpected movements by others. In shared space zones, there's no clear right of way. Drivers must be highly attentive, drive slowly, and be prepared for pedestrians and cyclists to move unpredictably. Question 69. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A, side wind ahead. B, strong headwind. C, falling rocks. D, uneven road. Answers is A, side wind ahead. This warning sign indicates side wind ahead. Be prepared for sudden gusts that can push your vehicle, especially vehicles or motorcycles. Question 70. What should you do if your indicator lights stop working? A, use hand signals if safe and possible. B, continue driving without signaling. C, pull over and wait for repairs. D, use hazard lights instead. Answers is A, use hand signals if safe and possible. If your indicator lights fail, you should use correct hand signals to indicate your intentions. Get them repaired as soon as possible. Question 71. What does this information sign indicate? A, motorway begins. B, end of motorway. C, priority road. D, no entry. Answers is A, motorway begins. This information sign indicates the beginning of a motorway expressway. Special rules apply, such as minimum speeds and restrictions on certain vehicle types. Question 72. What is the main reason for checking your mirrors regularly? A, to be aware of traffic around you. B, to check your appearance. C, to see if your lights are on. D, to avoid sun glare. Answers is A, to be aware of traffic around you. Regularly checking your mirrors every second helps you stay aware of the traffic situation behind and to the sides of your vehicle, crucial for safe driving decisions. Question 73. What does this sign warn about? A. Falling rocks or debris. B. Steep descent. C. Road narrows. D. Cliff edge. Answers is A. Falling rocks or debris. This warning sign indicates falling rocks or debris. Drive cautiously, be aware of hazards on the road, and avoid stopping in areas prone to rockfalls. Question 74. When turning left at a controlled intersection, what should you do? A. Give way to all vehicles from the opposite direction. B. You always have priority. C. Speed up to clear the intersection. D. Wait for a gap in traffic going your way. Answers is A. Give way to all vehicles from the opposite direction. When turning left at a controlled intersection, you must give way to all vehicles coming from the opposite direction, including those going straight or turning right. Question 75. What does this sign mean for drivers? A. Series of dangerous curves first to right. B. Sharp right turn ahead. C. Winding road. D. Road narrows. Answers is A. Series of dangerous curves first to right. This warning sign indicates a series of dangerous curves, with the first curve turning to the right. Reduce speed and be prepared for multiple turns. Question 76. What is the main danger of driving when fatigued? A. Slowed reaction times and impaired judgment. B. Increased fuel consumption. C. Loud engine noise. D. Wearing out car tires. Answers is A. Slowed reaction times and impaired judgment. Fatigue significantly impairs your ability to drive safely by slowing your reaction times, reducing concentration, and affecting your judgment, similar to alcohol impairment. Question 77. What does this sign indicate? A. No overtaking for goods vehicles. B. No overtaking for all vehicles. C. Goods vehicles only. D. End of overtaking restriction. Answers is A. No overtaking for goods vehicles. This prohibitory sign means no overtaking for goods vehicles. Drivers of goods vehicles must not overtake other vehicles in this area. Question 78. How should you drive when approaching a blind corner? A. Slow down and be prepared to stop. B. Speed up to get around quickly. C. Stay close to the center line. D. Sound your horn continuously. Answers is A. Slow down and be prepared to stop. Approach blind corners cautiously, slowing down and positioning your vehicle to maximize visibility, and be prepared for any unseen hazards or oncoming traffic. Question 79. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Railway crossing. B. Railway crossing. C. Tram crossing. D. Road closed due to trains. Answers is A. Railway crossing. This warning sign indicates a railway crossing ahead. Be extra vigilant for multiple trains and prepare to stop. Question 80. What is the meaning of a solid white line on the left side of the road? A. The edge of the road or sealed surface. B. A parking restriction. C. A cycle lane boundary. D. A pedestrian walkway. Answers is A. The edge of the road or sealed surface. A solid white line on the left side of the road indicates the edge of the sealed carriageway, separating it from the shoulder or unsealed road edge. Question 81. What does this sign instruct you to do? A. Pass obstacle on either side. B. Pass obstacle on the left only. C. Pass obstacle on the right only. D. No passing. Answers is A. Pass obstacle on either side. This mandatory sign indicates that you may pass obstacle on either side. Choose the safest and most appropriate side to pass the obstacle. Question 82. What is the purpose of ABS braking system? A. To prevent wheels from locking during braking. B. To increase braking distance. C. To improve acceleration. D. To make steering heavier. Answers is A. To prevent wheels from locking during braking. ABS helps maintain steering control during hard braking by preventing the wheels from locking up, allowing you to steer around obstacles while braking. Question 83. What does this sign signify? A. Recommended speed of 50 km per hour. B. Maximum speed limit of 50 km per hour. C. Minimum speed limit of 50 km per hour. D. Speed camera ahead. Answers is A. Recommended speed of 50. This information sign indicates a recommended speed of 50 km per hour. It suggests a safe and comfortable speed for the conditions, but it's not a mandatory limit. Question 84. When is it acceptable to drive over a footpath? A. When entering or leaving a driveway safely. B. To avoid traffic congestion. C. To overtake a parked car. D. When making a U-turn. Answers is A. When entering or leaving a driveway safely. You may only drive over a footpath when entering or leaving a driveway or property, and you must give way to all pedestrians on the footpath. Question 85. What does this sign mean for drivers? A. Cattle crossing ahead. B. Wild animals crossing. C. Pedestrian crossing. D. Farm machinery. Answers is A. Cattle crossing ahead. This warning sign indicates cattle crossing ahead. Be prepared for livestock on or near the road, especially in rural areas, and drive with caution. Question 86. What should you do if your car starts to skid? A. Steer into the skid and ease off. B. Steer sharply in the opposite direction. C. Apply full brakes immediately. D. Accelerate hard to regain control. Answers is A. Steer into the skid and ease off. To recover from a skid, steer gently into the direction of the skid, ease off the accelerator or brake, and look where you want the car to go. Question 87. What does this sign indicate? A. Movement prohibited for all vehicles. B. No entry for motor vehicles. C. No stopping. D. One-way traffic. Answers is A. Movement prohibited for all vehicles. This prohibitory sign, no entry for all vehicles, means movement is prohibited for all types of vehicles in the direction of the sign. It typically marks the exit of a one-way street. Question 88. What is defensive driving? A. Anticipating hazards and planning for them. B. Always driving at the speed limit. C. Aggressively asserting your right of way. D. Only reacting to immediate dangers. Answers is A. Anticipating hazards and planning for them. Defensive driving involves anticipating potential hazards, staying alert to other road users, and taking proactive measures to avoid collisions and reduce risks. Question 89. What does this sign mean? A. Wild animals crossing ahead. B. Cattle crossing. C. Pet control area. D. Zoo nearby. Answers is A. Wild animals crossing ahead. This warning sign indicates wild may be crossing the road ahead. Be particularly vigilant at dawn and dusk, and reduce your speed in these areas. Question 90. What is the purpose of lane use arrows painted on the road? A. To indicate required direction of travel. B. To suggest a preferred lane. C. To mark a passing zone. D. To indicate a parking area. Answers is A. To indicate required direction of travel. Lane use arrows indicate the only directions of travel permitted from that lane. E. G. Straight, left turn, right turn. You must be in the correct lane for your intended direction. Question 91. What does this sign indicate? A. Beginning of a residential area. B. End of a residential area. C. Town boundary. D. Parking zone. Answers is A. Beginning of a residential area. This information sign indicates the beginning of a residential area or living zone. These areas often have lower speed limits and increased pedestrian activity. Question 92. What should you do if you become tired while driving? A. Pull over in a safe place and rest. B. Turn up the radio and open a window. C. Drink coffee and keep driving. D. Drive faster to reach destination sooner. Answers is A. Pull over in a safe place and rest. If you feel tired while driving, the safest course of action is to pull over to a safe location like a rest stop, and take a break, nap, or switch drivers if possible. Question 93. What does this sign prohibit? A. No entry for vehicles. B. No entry for motorcycles. C. Cattle crossing. D. Farm machinery only. Answers is A. No entry for vehicles. This prohibitory sign means no entry for vehicles, e.g., carts or sleighs. These vehicles are not permitted on the road beyond this point. Question 94. What is the recommended hand position on the steering wheel? A. 9 and 3 o'clock. B. 10 and 2 o'clock. C. 12 o'clock with one hand. D. 8 and 4 o'clock. Answers is A. 9 and 3 o'clock. The 9 and 3 o'clock position, or slightly lower at 8 and 4, is generally recommended for better control and injury risk in case of airbag deployment. Question 95. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Tunnel ahead. B. Bridge ahead. C. Road closed. D. Underpass. Answers is A. Tunnel ahead. This warning sign indicates a tunnel ahead. Drivers should ensure headlights are on and be prepared for changes in light, air quality, and potential restrictions. Question 96. What should you do if your vehicle's brakes suddenly fail? A. Pump the brake pedal and use lower gears. B. Turn off the engine immediately. C. Engage the parking brake fully at high speed. D. Steer into oncoming traffic. Answers is A. Pump the brake pedal and use lower gears. If your brakes fail, pump the brake pedal rapidly to try and build up pressure. Shift into a lower gear to use engine braking and use the parking brake gently. Question 97. What does this sign indicate? A. Place for U-turn. B. No U-turn. C. Dead end. D. Roundabout. Answers is A. Place for U-turn. This information sign indicates a place for. You can safely and legally perform a U-turn at this specific location. Question 98. What is the safest way to change lanes? A. Signal, check mirrors, check blind spot, move. B. Just signal and move quickly. C. Check only the side mirror. D. Wait for an empty road. Answers is A. Signal, check mirrors, check blind spot, move. The correct procedure for changing lanes is to signal your intention, check your inside mirrors, check your blind spot, and then merge smoothly when safe. Question 99. What does this sign mean for priority? A. Priority over oncoming traffic. B. Oncoming traffic has priority. C. Give way to all traffic. D. One-way road. Answers is A. Priority over oncoming traffic. This priority sign means priority over oncoming traffic. You have the right of way over vehicles approaching from the opposite direction. Question 100. When should you use your vehicle's horn? A. To warn other road users of danger. B. To greet friends. C. To express frustration. D. To signal a turn. Answers is A. To warn other road users of danger. The horn should only be used to warn other road users of potential danger or to alert them to your presence if there is a risk of collision, not for social gestures or expressing annoyance.